Yo, what's going on, guys? Don't mind the gameplay that's going to be playing over. Not important. What's important is that I want to talk to you guys about my initial reactions to E3. This is after the second day of it, so all of the major announcements have been announced. So I want to dive right into it. As far as games that I'm gonna get for sure or for certain are NHL 16 and Battlefront. Those are my only two for sure games that I'm getting this year. NHL I haven't gotten in since NHL 13, and I really wanted to get the NHL last year, but they decided to make half a game last year, so I didn't want to invest into that. So they got a full game this year. Should be good, should be fun. So I'll be getting that. And then Battlefront, I mean, good grief. I mean, I love the Battlefield franchise, I love the Battlefield games, and now they're just doing it with Star Wars, and that they showed off that multiplayer gameplay, and of course it's all scripted, but it was sick as hell. Same with the co-op they showed off. I mean, that's going to be a fun game, and that's going to satisfy, more than likely it's going to satisfy my shooter twitch that I still have. And this is probably the first year, surprisingly, that God, since COD 4 is where it all started. I've gotten every COD since, every map pack. That ends this year though, and I will not be getting Black Ops 3. The last two COD games I've barely played, and it just needs to stop. And Battlefront will be just fine for satisfying my shooter. So, so we're gonna roll with that. I have a couple maybes so far. FIFA 16 is a maybe. I do have FIFA, what is it, 14, and I enjoyed that. If my friends get it and we can play on that, then I might get it. Then NBA 2K, I've gotten the last since 2K11, I've gotten all the 2Ks, but I don't know, like they haven't released anything yet, so can't really confirm that I'm gonna get that. So that's still a maybe. Rainbow Six Siege, it's an interesting idea, but I feel like everything's gonna be the same in that game. It's gonna be all about breaching a place where people are camping, and if the other way around, you gotta camp, you gotta protect something. So they can say all these different game modes, but really it's the same concept, and I'd like to see a concept change a little bit, but I understand that the core of the game is going to be that interaction of attackers versus defenders, so I don't know, we'll see about that. I don't know how I feel about it. So the next maybe is The Division. It looks impressive. We've been waiting for that for a while now, and they showed off some more gameplay. Still looks good, still looks pretty solid. The only downfall of the gameplay they showed was I didn't like the whole you get basically rewarded for being an asshole to the people around you. Oh, there's this loot. Well, I just killed my friends and everybody around me so I can get it for myself. There should be a strategic advantage for like completing this stuff with more people rather than just doing it yourself. Now, I understand, it keeps you more on the edge, kind of like DayZ and stuff like that, but it will just lead to more assholes like GTA 5 Online. That's made for people to run around killing each other more than anything. So I don't know how that'll be. Still looks sick though, so that's still a solid maybe for me. And out of nowhere, it's another Tom Clancy game. Ghost Recon Wildlands looks pretty impressive too. You know, you get to see the multiple ways you can go about a mission. It's open world, you can do it with your friends. I mean, it looked pretty impressive. An impressive game. Obviously, it won't come out for a while, so you know I'll get to wait and see more about it. But that's a game I'm keeping my eye on in the future, for sure. So those are the main games that caught my eye. I mean, obviously, a couple other games I thought were pretty cool, but there's no way I'm buying. You know, there was that, what was it? Like, it was some racing game. You could build your own, like, little tracks. It was like 40-second races. I thought that was pretty neat. Dreams, was it Dreams that the game was called? And it looked like you can basically create anything you want. I mean, that looked pretty cool, but I don't think I have the time or creativity to invest in a game like that. And then, I forget the name of this last one, but it was something about like the universe. You could visit all these different galaxies and stars and planets and stuff, and like it was massive. I thought it's a cool concept, but nothing I'm gonna go for, so pretty cool. And then finally we got to see the Xbox versus the PlayStation conferences, and being an Xbox guy, I thought Xbox came out on top on that battle. Obviously with the backwards compatibility, I'm super excited for that to finally get to do that. The one backlash I have against that, and I'm not 100% sure, but from what I hear, you have to download your disc onto the hard drive before you get to play it, which is kind of a bummer because I'm already running out of space on my Xbox One as it is. So this won't help, but you know, at least we'll be able to play. I can delete some games and clear up space for it, so at least they're doing it. And correct me if I'm wrong about that, but that's what I'm getting from it, at least. So, and Xbox also showed off their new gaming controller. It's $150, but it's basically battling all these controller companies that have all their, crazy controllers. So now Xbox is trying to put them out of business with this new controller that they showed off. Pretty cool, but I don't need it. So, yeah. PlayStation didn't really show me anything too crazy. Very interesting to note, though, that they seem to have swapped EA with Activision between the two, which I'm okay with, because I want MLB to show, because Xbox doesn't have a 360 game baseball game, so I'm fine with that. Plus I'm done with Call of Duty. I know it's a little outrage, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this. Just wanted to let you guys know what I thought about E3. Very excited for this year's batch of games. More content coming. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you.